If you're thinking about grabbing this game, get ready to find out if it lives up to the hype.
Definitely.
So I guess let's kick things off by talking about, what makes this game stand out from the original Sonic generations.
Yeah, so Sonic X Shadow Generations is a remaster, but it takes the Generations formula and kind of pushes it to a whole new level.
Okay, I'm listening. What do you mean by pushes it to a whole new level?
Well, first off, the sheer volume of content is staggering.
Oh.
We're talking over 150 stages here.
Wow.
That's like 15 to 20 hours of gameplay.
Really?
Easily. More than you'd find in a lot of AAA titles these days.
So more than just a graphical upgrade then?
Oh, much more. The original Sonic Generations levels get a fresh coat of paint, sure.
Right.
But the real game changer is a brand new campaign focused entirely on Shadow.
Hold on. A whole new campaign just for Shadow.
Yep. It's like getting 2 full games in one.
That's what I call fan service. But is it just Sonic with a Shadow skin, or is there more to it?
No. This is where things get interesting. We're finally seeing levels designed specifically to highlight Shadow's unique abilities.
I see. Like his Chaos Control.
Exactly. Chaos Control isn't just a way to dodge attacks anymore.
Oh.
It lets him manipulate time, which adds a whole new strategic element to the gameplay.
Oh, wow.
You can freeze a boss mid-attack or slow down time to, make those tricky platforming sections a bit easier.
I'm starting to see why people are calling this Shadow's definitive game.
Absolutely. And then there are his Doom abilities.
Oh, yeah. The sources mentioned those. What are those all about?
So these powers come from Shadow's connection to the Black Arms.
Ah, right. Those mysterious aliens.
Yeah. And they add a whole new dimension to his moveset.
Like how?
Well, for example, instead of just slogging through those underwater sections,
right,
Shadow can summon this shadowy manta ray called Doom Surf.
Doom Surf?
Yeah. It basically lets him glide across the water's surface.
So he turns a weakness into an advantage.
Exactly.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of intrigued now.
Yeah.
What about those classic levels the sources mentioned? Any that stand out?
Oh, yeah. There are some fan favorites in there. Space Colony Arc.
Oh, cool.
Radical Highway. Even the Bio-Lizard boss fight from Sonic Adventure 2 is making a comeback.
No way.
Yeah.
Not the Bio-Lizard.
Yeah. And they've been redesigned with Shadow's abilities in mind, so it's not just a rehash.
I can't wait to see how they handle that.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. But were there any criticisms?
There's always something. The one consistent complaint was that the 3D stage inspired by Sonic Frontiers feels a bit underwhelming.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, it seems like a missed opportunity given the potential of the open world design.
Well, even with that one hiccup, it sounds like Sonic X Shadow Generations is shaping up to be pretty special.
Oh, definitely. They've really gone all out with this remaster.
Like how?
Well, for starters, the hub world isn't just a menu anymore.
Right.
It's a full 3D environment that you can run around and explore.
Wow.
There are new collectibles, hidden lore entries, and even challenges to complete.
A 3D hub world. That's awesome.
It is. And the music. Don't even get me started on the music.
Oh, yeah. The sources were raving about it. What's so special?
It's a mix of classic tracks given a modern spin place, brand new compositions that capture the feel of each character.
Nice.
And get this, you can create your own custom playlists.
You're kidding me.
Imagine blasting Live and Learn while you're tearing through Radical Highway as Shadow.
Wow. Now that's taking it to the next level.
It is.
So we've got a massive amount of content, new levels designed for Shadow's abilities, a revamped hub world, and a killer soundtrack.
It's a pretty impressive package.
It is. But we've only scratched the surface of what Sonic X Shadow Generations has to offer.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Sonic's campaign yet.
Exactly. Let's dive into that next and see what the blue blur brings to the table.
Oh, good. All right, so for those who missed out on the original Sonic Generations, Sonic's campaign is a real treat. It's like a celebration of Sonic's history, bringing back levels from different eras.
Ah, so like a greatest hits collection.
Kinda, but it's more than that. Each level is reimagined in both 2D and 3D.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you get to experience these classic stages in their original side-scrolling format.
Right.
And then again with modern visuals and gameplay.
So like Green Hill Zone, for example.
Exactly. You can race through it in classic 2D and then experience it all over again in glorious 3D.
I can see why they call it Generations.
Yeah. It's like a time capsule of Sonic's evolution as a game character.
So are these levels exactly the same as the originals, or are there any surprises?
Well, the level layouts are pretty faithful, but the graphics have been completely overhauled. Ah, I see. Everything sharper, more vibrant, really brings those old stages to life.
That's got to be a nostalgia trip for longtime fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, playing through them as both classic and modern Sonic adds a lot of replay value.
Oh, how so?
Well, their movesets are quite different. Classic Sonic is all about momentum and those iconic spin attacks.
Right.
While modern Sonic has the homing attack boost and all those other modern moves.
So it's not just about seeing the levels in a new light. It's about experiencing them in a whole new way.
Exactly.
Speaking of different playstyles, we've talked a lot about Shadow's chaos control and those Doom abilities. What makes Sonic's gameplay stand out in this remaster?
I think the best way to describe it is pure, unadulterated speed.
So Shadow's more strategic and Sonic's all about going fast?
Yeah, Shadow's got the time manipulation and those tactical Doom powers.
Right.
But Sonic is all about mastering momentum, chaining together those spins and homing attacks, finding the fastest and most stylish route through each stage.
I like that. It's like the difference between a calculated martial artist and a lightning fast blur that you can barely see.
Perfect analogy. And that's what makes Sonic X Shadow Generation so great.
Yeah, you've got these two iconic characters,
Right.
each with their own unique feel and play style, and you can switch between them whenever you want.
It really is like getting two games in one.
Now, you mentioned earlier that there are those Chow collectibles in Sonic's campaign.
Yeah.
Do those tie into Shadow's story at all, or are they just a fun little Easter egg for fans?
That's a good question. And honestly, the sources we looked at weren't really clear on that.
Oh,
Yeah, some speculate that they might unlock bonus content
okay.
or maybe even a secret ending.
Ooh, a secret ending.
Who knows? But others think they're just there for nostalgia, you know?
Like a throwback to the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2.
Exactly. I guess we'll have to play the game and find out for sure.
I love those little mysteries. It's like they're rewarding players for digging deeper. Now, we talked about the awesome soundtrack earlier. What are some of the standout tracks for Sonic's campaign?
Well, you can't go wrong with the classics like Open Your Heart.
Oh yeah, classic.
But there are also some amazing remixes of iconic tunes. Like, well, the Green Hill Zone theme, for instance,
Okay,
gets a modern makeover that's both nostalgic and fresh.
nice.
It's really well done.
I'm always a sucker for a good remix.
Me too.
Now, before we move on from Sonic,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to the hub world.
Sure.
We know it's this big 3D space now,
Yeah.
but what's there to actually do in it?
Oh, it's not just a glorified level select screen.
Okay, good.
As you play through both Sonic and Shadow's campaigns, you unlock new areas of the hub world, each with its own unique look and feel.
So what can you do there?
Well, you can find hidden collectibles, challenge yourself with bonus missions, and there are even lore entries that delve deeper into Shadow's past.
Ooh, interesting. So it's like a reward for players who really want to immerse themselves in the world.
It is. It encourages you to explore and, uncover all the secrets the game has to offer.
That's awesome. Speaking of Shadow's past, I'm curious about the storyline in his campaign. What kind of character development can players expect?
Well, it's surprisingly introspective.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of weaves together moments from different games where Shadow has appeared,
Right.
adding context and depth to his character arc.
So we see more than just the cool and edgy hedgehog.
Oh, for sure. There are scenes that revisit his tragic past, his relationship with Dr. Gerald Robotnik,
Okay.
even his struggles with his own identity.
Wow. That's a lot deeper than I was expecting.
It is, and it's one of the things that makes this game so fascinating. We're not just looking at gameplay and graphics.
Right.
We're exploring the evolution of these characters and, the reasons why they're still so popular.
I like that. It's like we're peeling back the layers and seeing what makes them tick.
Exactly. And it's clear that the developers really care about these characters and wanted to do their stories justice.
I'm really impressed with how they've managed to balance the nostalgia with these new ideas.
Me too.
But we've only scratched the surface of Shadow's campaign. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of his gameplay and how it differs from Sonic's experience.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.